Hi, I'm Coach Rich Weiser. I grew up on the firing line. I was a competitive shooter until a back injury moved me off the line and into the role of coaching. For the last 7 years, I have stood behind the athletes instead of beside them. First at West, Forsyth, then at Reagan. In our very first season at Reagan, our team won the Air Force JRTC National Championships. Last year, we finished as national runners-up. My daughter now shoots in the NCAA at Jack State University. So I have seen this sport from every angle, as an athlete, as a coach, as a parent. And in the background for more than 30 years, I've been building software, not just to check boxes, but to serve people, to remove friction, to make hard things feel simple. Falken was born out of that, out of a love for this sport, out of the reality of running a rifle team week after week, bus ride after bus ride, match after match. This is not a concept. We are using Falken right now with our own team. We are dog fooding every part of this. Today, I want to show you the ecosystem we built for the FreeETarget community. At the center is Falken Echelon, a real-time engine that keeps every shot, every lane, and every device in sync. On top of it is Falken Admin, where you manage matches, athletes, ranges, teams, firearms, calendars, even your social posts. Running your match itself is Falken Nexus, where you are the match director on Windows or Mac. Nexus is the console that listens for every shot on your network, electronic scoring targets, and feeds them into Echelon in real time. On a mobile device or tablet, Nexus becomes your athlete monitor, the client your rifle team uses to stay connected to the match or the world. Watching from anywhere is Falken Rangecast, our Apple TV app that lets families and fans follow a match from a living room or a hospitality area. And inside, or rather on the athlete, is Falken Pulse, bringing heart rate from Apple Watch and Android wearables into training sessions, so you can see what is happening on the target and what's going on inside the shooter's body at the same time. All of this was designed from day one for the FreeETarget community. Your FreeETarget hardware is a first-class citizen on this platform. You build the target, you plug it into your range, Falken is ready. From the moment an athlete steps on the line to the moment a score appears on the screen, Falken sits at the center of the competition. Let's take a look at the applications that we have in use. So welcome to the Falken admin site. Here you would give a list of organizations that you're a member of, and we'll open the Falken organization. We are in an beta environment right now. Well, let me go ahead and show you a few of the features. As we talked about, this is really about managing your rifle team. So we have calendar, which is organization-wide, but events can be scoped to teams, and athletes have their own accounts. Athletes are not charged for accounts, only organization pay for accounts. We have our matches, and as you see, there's no registered matches. There's no news. There's no social media posts yet, no fundraising, no firearms and settings, but these are all there. So inside of here, what we're going to do is we're going to create our first match because that's what everybody cares about. Let's call this winter air gun demo. We've selected discipline. Select our course of fire. And we'll make this a public competition so that other organizations could register for it. If it's a private competition, you can create an invite code so that you could restrict it to other schools or other 4-H clubs or anybody like that that needs to join. We're going to leave the schedule alone. We're going to leave the venue alone. If you notice, it's picked Falken Air, which is our pre-configured range that has all of the IP addresses in it for our FreeETargets. We're going to leave the registration settings alone, and we're just going to create the match. Now what it's done is it's created the match, it's created a relay, a primary relay, and said we have 20 capacity, meaning that's the max number to allow scheduled in there. These are all pre-configured based off of settings in the organization. It's created our stages based on the rules from the rule book. And now what we need to do is register some shooters. So since we're in my organization, it's going to bring in my athletes that you saw from those teams pages. So when I come here and I hit add team, it's bringing in my athletes. If I was being registering as another organization for this same match, it would actually bring in their athletes and allow them to register for them. If an organization is charging for a match, they would then be presented with the fee to pay via credit card, and everything is handled via Stripe. Organizations receive money through a payout weekly for any matches that they have held. Now we need to check in the team. What this is going to do is assign them to the relay. All right, all good. All relays configured. Let's go ahead and tell the match that we can start the match early, and we're going to do that. Now what we need to do is I'm going to switch over to Falken Nexus, and we're going to show you the Mac client instead of the Windows client, which they are exactly the same, but just wanted to demo that this can run on both Mac and Windows. So I'm going to switch videos. Now I've launched my Falken Nexus Mac client here. And what we're going to do is we see that we're in the select organization. You would select your organization by selecting this drop down here. I'm going to stay in Falken. Actually, real quick, just to show you that you can get access to them, we're going to bring in the Reagan organization, and it would bring up any upcoming matches. We would see some birthdays for the school. Notice it gets your current weather. This is important when we go to do our shooting journal because we can record match conditions from your location. We're going to go to the matches now, and we're going to start this match. So we go to Winter Air Gun Demo. Now this is the page. I noticed something immediately that we forgot to do. We forgot to assign the firing points. So let's go back into our match, go into our relays. They are assigned, but we forgot to assign the firing points. We can either do it manually by selecting one, or I'm just going to go ahead and say auto assign firing points. I'll jump back to Nexus. Now I need to refresh this, and they are assigned. Okay, so we're going to say start competition, which will bring in our stages. Now we're going to say, just imagine that I'm reading my range script to my students, athletes, and saying 20 record shots in the kneeling position, time limit of 20 minutes, may load and start. We click the start button. Our range timer starts immediately. It starts there. It also starts on the web, and it would start on the Apple TV apps too that we're not showing at the moment. Now what I'm going to do, because we want to see the live scoring both on the web, which is right here, and sorry, my picture's down here above this. We see that our shooters are now loaded up because the match has started. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in here to our little emulator. And this emulator, what it's going to do is it's emulating these shooters. Its whole point is just to give me a FreeETarget emulator because I can't always have people shooting while I need to test. As soon as shots are registered, they'll start coming in here. Let's keep a little eye on it for a moment and see when we start seeing shots registered. I've set it at a 2.0 pacing, and that's just speeding up the shooters. I don't know for sure that I hit start all, so let me make sure I do that. Ah, there we go. Yep, I did hit start all, so it's running now, and we see our shots coming in. This is a boring view. Yeah, it tells us some data, and it gives us information. It gives us the team. It even shows the image of the shooter if they've got a profile picture set. But what it's not going to do is, well, it's not the targets. So let's go look at targets. This is targets right here. It's going to immediately jump to the stage view, but you can pick all shots, last 5, or last 10. You can share a link to get to this page easily. Change your column views. So let's get to a view that's a little bit better here. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to come in here to my Falken Pulse app. And if you notice, there's this Richie Weiser character in the top right corner of your screen. He is me on my watch. And I'm going to start the monitoring. And in just a few moments, we'll start getting the heart rate of the athlete shown on the screen when it refreshes and starts showing that data. It does take a moment or two to just register the heart rate session. Oh, well, that was fast. We now have 84 beats per minute. So that is Falken Pulse. And we've got athlete's heart rate monitor on there. We can click on a single target and get to it. It keeps the rank there of the person, lets you know that the target is live. Now that's what this looks like. Now for your range client. So this is what could be broadcast to the web. And this is what's running in the web. So you could have multiple organizations shooting against each other from multiple ranges, distinct ranges. They don't have to be located together. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Falken Nexus client and notice that we don't have to stay on this page, even though we've done that. We can go to any other page in here. There's a single target practice mode. There's equipment profiles, and this is important for their shooting journal. This is where a shooter would set up their default rifle, their settings that they use. And their shooting journal is their ability to track. And since we're logged in as the organization admin, I can see all my athletes' shooting journals. We have our organization roster, which shows us all of our athletes. We have our organization teams, and we can manage organization firearms. We have a bunch of templates in the system for a bunch of popular rifles and pistols, and we'll add more as we need to. These can then be added to a shooter's equipment profile. So we create a new profile, call it default. We pick firearms. Now we're going to add a firearm, and it's going to ask me, is it a personal firearm or an organization firearm? We don't have any created, so I can't assign it, but if there was one there, we could assign an organization firearm to a shooter. So this makes it easy for JROTC programs or other programs that are needing to issue firearms to their shooters and keep track of who has them and who's using them. This makes it for a good way to do that. We have our target manager, which will allow you to connect to it from USB or via TCP connectivity and edit your settings. We have our organization ranges, and this is the page that everybody's interested in Falken Nexus. This is going to let us get to this, the launch multi-target view. Now this view is a little dumb at the moment because it doesn't bring in all of the previous recorded shots, but it's going to show us all of the upcoming shots. It will eventually show us all of the recorded shots previously there, but it is currently just a demo feature and it is in development. But the great part of it is you can also pick the number of targets that you're going to see, and it will arrange it correctly. We will be creating even OBS overlays for being able to present your data downrange over a YouTube stream or whatever, so that you can put cameras downrange. All of these tools are coming. You can click on one of these and go to the individual athlete's target view and go from there. I'm going to leave this running because Falken Nexus is really the hub for where everything's running. But what we have interesting is on the web. I'll leave this running for just a few more minutes, and we'll let the stage of, we're on shots like 11. We will let this stage finish, and then we'll go into another stage. Now we're on shot 10, 9, 11, 10, 10, 10. The last shot is highlighted nicely. You get a nice little animation pulse. Everything stays in sync. No matter what page you go to, when you come back to it, still right there. And as you notice, my heart rate is still running. Well, guys, I can't take up all of your time. You're at Winter Air Gun. I don't want to ruin your day. I want you guys to go out shoot really good. I want you to have a great competition. And I look forward to talking to you. Please check out Falken.ltd's website. That's http www.falken.ltd. So it's FALKEN.ltd. We will eventually have a sign up for our alpha group that we're going to take. We're going to take a very limited group for alpha, and it's not because we don't want to open this up to the community. It's because we need to understand your range configurations and work with people that are trying to accomplish similar goals to what we want to do here. And so we will be taking a brief 5-question questionnaire when it releases. But if you monitor the website, I can't tell you exactly when that'll come out, but it won't be much longer as we are very, very far in development. I thank you for your time today. I look forward to seeing you on the range the next time I can be there with you. And thanks, Alan Brown, for allowing me to take this time with your community to show them what we've been working on for the last little while. You guys have a great winter air gun, great holidays, and I look forward to seeing you on the line in the future. So I lied. I'm going to actually show you one more section, and that's our social media accounts. I'm just going to connect Facebook real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and just say, I hope everybody has a great winter air gun. And I'm connecting our Falken page, company page, to the account right now. Now Falken is got there in the social media accounts. We're going to click a new post. And we're just going to say, I hope everyone has a wonderful match at Winter Air Gun this weekend. Best of luck to all competitors. Now we can add an image. And I've already created one. Oh, sorry. Let me move my camera out of the way here. There we go. We're going to say save and upload. Now notice we could schedule it for later if we wanted to, but why not? Let's go ahead and just hit post now. And it'll be published in just a few moments, all the way on Facebook. Okay, our status now says published. We're going to jump over here to Facebook, and there it is. I hope everyone has a wonderful match at Winter Air Gun this weekend. Best of luck to all competitors. Now I'm going to go ahead and share this to a group, and we'll put it in the FreeETarget. And I'm going to say, come find out more about this at the FreeETarget user group. All right. Now, I really do appreciate your time. Sorry for the sneaking in of an extra feature, but I thought that that was one of those tools that this is a $50 value because there is sites that called Social Pilot where that we used on our rifle team where I was constantly having to cross post between Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all these places where the team wants people to be connected to, allowing people to be notified of results. It was terrible, terrible, terrible. And it cost $50 a month. Why not? We can build the software in. We've built it into here. It's now going to be part of the Falken community for you. Thanks again.